Good morning, everyone, and welcome. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of imitation, modeling, and observational learning. We'll explore how these processes form a foundation of social and cognitive development by looking closely at how behavior is replicated and guided. This journey will help us understand the powerful mechanisms behind learning through others and the applications that stem from these insights. I'm excited to explore this topic with you. Imitation is essentially the process where someone watches another person and then copies what they do. It's a natural way we learn, especially during early childhood. By imitating others, children pick up a wide range of skills, from how to communicate to how to interact socially. What's interesting is that this kind of learning happens without any formal teaching. It's more about observing and replicating behaviors in everyday situations. This makes imitation a vital part of both cognitive development, like thinking and problem solving, and social growth, helping individuals navigate relationships and understand social cues. So, imitation lays the groundwork for many essential abilities simply through watching and doing. Modeling is essentially when a person demonstrates certain behaviors, attitudes, or skills that others can observe and use as a guide. But it's important to understand that modeling goes beyond just simple imitation. Unlike copying something mindlessly, modeling involves picking up on complex social cues and really processing the information cognitively. This means that the observer understands the potential consequences of the behavior they're seeing. Additionally, modeling is an intentional process. The person demonstrating the behavior is consciously setting an example for others to follow or adapt. So, it's not just about copying actions, but about thoughtful learning and adaptation based on what the model represents. Observational learning involves four essential steps that help us acquire new behaviors by watching others. The first step is attention, where we need to focus closely on the behavior being demonstrated. Without paying proper attention, we won't absorb the details. Next is retention, which means we have to remember what we observed clearly enough to use it later. Then comes reproduction, where we attempt to replicate the behavior ourselves, so it's important to have the ability and skills to do so. Finally, motivation plays a crucial role. Even if we've watched and remembered the behavior, we need a reason or desire to actually perform it. These four steps together explain how we learn effectively by observing others. When we compare imitation and modeling, the key difference lies in intention and understanding. Imitation is simply copying what someone else does, often without grasping why or what the behavior means. It's a more automatic response. On the other hand, modeling is a deliberate act of demonstration, where the person showing the behavior usually understands the social context and the consequences, aiming to teach or guide others. Now, looking at modeling versus observational learning, modeling is a specific strategy within observational learning that emphasizes teaching through clear, intentional demonstrations. Observational learning, however, is a broader concept. It includes both imitation and modeling, but focuses more on the mental processes that allow us to learn by watching others rather than through direct experience or trial and error. This means observational learning highlights how we process and internalize what we observe to guide our own behaviors. Here, we can see clear examples of imitation, modeling, and observational learning in everyday situations. First, imitation happens when a toddler watches their parent brush their teeth and then tries to copy the exact actions. This is direct replication and helps the child learn daily routines. Next, modeling is a bit more intentional, like when a coach demonstrates a specific tennis stroke for players. The players observe carefully and then practice to move themselves, which helps develop their skills under guided instruction. Finally, observational learning involves a student watching how their peers interact to grasp social norms. In this case, the student learns by paying attention, remember what they saw, and feeling motivated to engage appropriately, even though they're not practicing those interactions directly at first. Each of these examples shows different ways we learn from others around us.